Hello, beautiful and abundant beings, and welcome to a delicious new video. I'm back at it again. It's been a while, but we're back, and I'm giving you a recipe that not only soothes the soul and warms the heart, but it also builds up your immune system. It makes you feel good and comforted like a warm blanket of hugs, and it's truly one of my go-tos if I need to pick me up. So, let's get started with the soup. The first thing you'll need to do is gather your ingredients, which include half a yellow onion, half a chayote squash, a fourth cup of celery, a fourth cup of grape tomatoes, a fourth cup of mushrooms, 5 garlic cloves, bell pepper, and red potatoes. Haha. So first thing you'll need to do is get a large pot and put about enough oil to fully coat the bottom of the pot. So once that's warming up, you're going to need to put your oven to 500 degrees, which is broil, and preheat that until you're ready to put the red potatoes in. And then you're going to be adding in your aromatics, which include your yellow onion and your garlic. And we're going to be putting this on medium to low heat. And try not to char your onions like I did. I was multitasking and doing the most, so stay away from that. Or unless you want it, I mean, it's your oyster. We're going to be now adding in the chayote as well as the bell peppers and adding that to the pot with the aromatics. Quite a few. And then we're going to be stirring all of that together until the oil is fully coated on the chayote and the bell pepper. I would definitely recommend you slowly cooking the aromatics so that it doesn't char as fast. I was quite impatient, and we live and we learn, folks. So put your fire on medium-low so that everything cooks to the point where it's not charred. So now you're going to be adding in your grape tomatoes. I usually add about a fourth cup of grapeseed tomatoes, but to be honest, add it as many as you want, or if you don't want grapeseed tomatoes in your soup, omit it. Then we're going to be gathering a baking sheet and putting our diced red potatoes onto the baking sheet, as well as enough oil to fully coat the potatoes, but not enough to where it's overly greasy. We still want to be well and not, clogged up with oil here. And once everything is fully coated, we're going to be adding in a half teaspoon of salt as well as a sprinkle of basil. Just enough so everything can be all herby. Add as much and as little basil as you want, but the salt, keep it minimum because most of the flavor is going to be coming from the soup. And once we're done with that, we're going to be adding in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes or until brown. So once we do that, we're going to go back to our pot and add in as much water as you want. I personally added a little bit more because I wanted more broth rather than the ingredients. And so as for the seasoning goes, we're going to be adding in 4 to 5 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt. And the basil, I added about a half tablespoon. It's a lot, but like I said, I wanted more broth than anything. And then we're going to be adding in 5 shakes of cayenne pepper. I like my soup to be quite spicy. And as for the oh, we're out of turmeric. We'll save that for later. For the paprika, we're going to be adding in 3 shakes of that. And for the cumin, about half a teaspoon of that. And for the parsley, we're going to be adding in half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of parsley. And for the turmeric, we're going to be adding in about half a teaspoon of that. Stirring it all in. And so for this portion of the soup, we're going to be now putting it on medium to medium high. And we're going to be adding in our chopped celery and our chopped mushrooms. I added about 2 stalks full of celery, but not a lot. For the rice and the lentils, it'll be equal parts, half a cup. I didn't wash either of them because it was pretty late and I didn't feel like washing it, but definitely wash them. And this is just some fresh parsley going in. By all means, add your fresh parsley towards the end rather than the beginning of the cooking process to keep the freshness. Cover it with a lid and listen to a dog bark and let it cook until everything is soft and tender. For the potatoes, okay, listen, here's my beef. Red potatoes have a lot of moisture, so it tends to stick to pan. So if you want to add more oil, by all means, but if you want to substitute this for sweet potatoes, by all means, or if you just want to keep the same ingredients or proportions, do as you wish. It came out pretty cool, so yeah, that's my beef. And here is the final half teaspoon of salt going in because I needed a little bit more. Stirring that in. So the doneness of the soup should be, everything should be tender, including the lentils, the rice, the chayote, as well as the tomatoes. And for the tomatoes, it can be sort of acidic. Grapeseed tomatoes are actually more alkaline, but if you don't want to include so many grape tomatoes, by all means. It's so pretty. I just like to add this in because it's calming. I'm giving you waves, ocean waves of parsley as it goes up and down on the surface. It's pretty. I like it. And the soup was super delicious, super good. You're gonna hear my comments in a second. That's it. There she blues. There it is. Everything tastes pretty good. I'm just snacking on these, which have just come out of the oven. I mean, scrumptious. Okay. And so now once everything is ready and good to go, serve up. I'm serving it in this nice bowl that I serve almost everything in. And the soup, I love soup. I have soup at least 2 times a week because for one, you're getting all your liquids, and for 2, you're having all of the nutrients from the vegetables be in the broth. So as you digest it and as you drink it, it goes straight into the bloodstream, which means it's just so good. It's so good. I love soup so much. If you love soup equally as I do, I hope you enjoy this recipe. And if you make your own soup, well, that's good. Good for you. You probably are just enjoying this video for the aesthetics or for my voice. I don't know. But if you decide to make this soup, especially now, I mean, your immune system needs it, by all means. And I hope you have a beautiful and glorious day. Stay hydrated and stay blessed. Bye.